Hey YouTube, Sweetknives here. Check it out. We got a Spyderco. This is I think it's a Native 5 made out of M4. So this is a really strong steel. I got it set up on the wicked edge right now. And basically what we're doing is we're sharpening it. And I'm trying to get a very, very sharp edge. And I've already started this process. I got the angle correct. It's right at about 20.5 degrees. So right in between 20 and 21. It's an odd shaped knife because it's got the full flat grind. So the way that this clamps it, it's supposed to get pretty close, but I don't know if it's because of the grind or whatever, but I got the angles matched up, but it's a little bit tricky how that works. So I started off with 100 grit, and that's the red on here, diamonds, and I went and I did that for a while, and now I started with 200 after that, diamonds, and that's the orange one here. And I'm just gonna keep going through. I'll show you how I do it. I know you guys have seen this a lot before, but we're gonna just progress through all the different grits. And so in order to do it right, you gotta spend quite a bit of time. So what I did is I kind of sped up this process, and I already went up to 200. And so we're almost done with 200. And then the next one will be 400. So enough talking. What I like to do is I like to grind on like each side a little bit, just like that. And then after I get that established, then I go like that. Now, a lot of people ask, why do you do that? Well, I just do it because it seems like it works for me and I get pretty good results. So you guys can do whatever you want, but that's the way that I do it. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. First thing is, if you're a beginner at this, what I like to do, and I already did this step, and you can watch some of my other videos right up there. Put a link there. But what you want to do is you want to take a magic marker, run it across the edge. That way you establish the angle. If the angle's not right, then you adjust these little knobs on the bottom and move it so that it takes off the right amount of material. Because if you're not, you want to basically usually match it with the factory angle. Unless you're advanced, then you don't need to. You can do whatever you want. But if you're just beginning, I usually match it with what the original angle was. And so, yeah, enough of that. Let's just jump into it. I'm going to just show you. So you see, I'm only using a little bit more than the weight of my hand, just a little bit more. And you want to just go like that, and you want to make sure you get everything. And what I like to do is I do have a flashlight handy, so I can just look at each side. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this light just like this, and as I'm going, I can make sure that I'm getting right. I usually go about halfway. This takes a lot of practice, I'm not gonna lie. But I never go more than that, because if I go more, I'm gonna roll that edge or I'm gonna mess it up. So you can see this diamond dust and steel kind of coming off, but that's how you do it. So you just kind of go like that on each side. And yes, you want to do the whole burr process, get the burr going. But I kind of already got that part figured out. So I'm just going to do a little bit, and you get to see how I do it. And I should mention, if you're not using a wicked edge and you're using a different system like the Work Sharp or any others, this same stuff, the concepts apply to whatever you're using. So it doesn't matter. I got a lot of different systems. I just happen to be using the wicked edge today. I should also mention I bought all this stuff myself. Nobody gave me this unit. Nobody's paying me to do this. I do like this system, and I like the Work Sharp. I like a lot of them. So I just happen to be using this one today, and it works for me. So just doing it. I should mention, after you do a little bit like that, I usually take a rag and I wipe off this dust because I don't like that contaminating things. I also should mention I originally tried doing this on a quicker belt system, and I just was not happy, so that's why I'm here. So we're pretty much done with those ones, so I'm going to set those down, and I'm going to put on the next diamond, and I've already cleaned these stones ahead of time, so they are pretty clean. We're going to move to 400. And same thing, now you just keep going. It's a little bit finer grit, but same exact concept. We're just refining this edge now. I will use the light again. Make sure I get to the tip. Clean off that rag with the rag rather. It's looking good. I'm pretty happy with how that's looking so far. I'm going to move to, this is 600 grit. Nice thing with these systems, it's always the same angle, right? So once I flip this, it's all set, so I can move really nice to this next progression. One advantage of these angle systems. We're definitely not even halfway done sharpening this, but I want to let you know that right now this knife is definitely sharper than when you would get it from the factory. It's very, 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 very sharp. So, but we're gonna take it to next level stuff. pretty good. Careful if you ever do that. We're done with those. I'm going to set those right there. And now we'll move on to 800 and 1000. So same thing with 800, a little bit finer grit. Just going to keep going along. Shoot, accidentally hit that tip. Not a super big deal, but I don't like when I do that. I'll try to fix it. I think it's going to be just fine. Move on to 1000. And you could spend more time on each of these steps. I just get a little tired. Man, 1000 feels good. I like, once you get to the 1000, you know you're getting close. done with those. I'll move on to the next ones, which are, sorry about that, the next ones are 1500. Very sharp. I think we're done with those. Moving on to 2200 and 3000. This really starts putting the mirror on. As you can see, that is 2200 and 3000. The weight of the stone is all you need. I don't know why, I've never really liked the 2200 one, so I kind of don't spend a lot of time on that, and then I just moved to 3000. Here's the 3000. pretty sharp, guys. Alright, I am going to get some water and we'll do the lapping film. So just hang tight 1 second. I'll be right back. Check it out. We got 9 micron and we got, I think 3. 9 and 3. And so I do wet these with water. So important that you dry the blade. Here we go. Alright, now let's move to the next one. Which is 3. For those that are new to the lapping films, you don't have to strop after you do this because this is way above that. And anybody that's used these knows this is the best way to get a mirror edge on a knife edge. So, and that's gonna get you your sharpest knife. I mean, you can see, we'll take a new cloth and I'll show you this. I don't know how well you can see it, but it is extremely sharp. And you can almost see, you know, just, I don't know. You can see the mirror starting to form pretty good. Got a little more to go, but it's really close. So we're done with those ones. Now we're gonna move on to the final stage. There's 2 grits. I think I got 1 and 0.5, so I will put those on right here. 1 and 0.5. A little water on this one. Don't need much, but that's getting real close. Okay, we'll move on to the finale, which is 0.5. Here we go. A little more water. And that is it. That is it. That is the finale. I'll get a final cloth here. I'm going to take this out of the vise and then I'll rearrange and then I'll show you the knife. So hang tight. Alright guys, here's a look at the final product here. As you can see, it's extremely mirrored. I'll try to get some up close. I did wipe it down. The knife was not brand new. This was a used knife. But pretty good under the lights. Let's see how it cuts here. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, just pops the hair right off. So that's a look at it, guys. Took a really dull knife and got it really ultra razor sharp. Got to be careful with that one now. That'll cut you. So yeah, you guys can do that kind of stuff too. Thanks for checking it out. Have a great day, guys. Till next time.